Good morning, everyone. So I tried this channeling twice yesterday, and twice I went into trance and just knew I wasn't properly capturing her energy. So I stopped the channeling. It just was a place where my energy wasn't syncing up with hers. The nature of this channel session, from what she shared with me, requires me to be much, much more in sync, accessing a different vibration in order to bring it through clearly. So I stopped it twice yesterday. So hopefully I'm going to try it again now, and hopefully third time's a charm. So we'll see. No more lies, no more illusions. We are one. We accept the body that is before us. We place a sigil upon the vehicle and claim it as our own. May the act of surrender between the two shine God's light. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Today's lesson shall be on love, and the nature of this discourse is on being. And so the bridge must be created and the understanding explained about the subject of love and how to bridge it from a concept into a state of being. And first, let us review how you look at love now. We begin with the foundation that you look at it as if you are tapping into an energy, an expression of the universe. Some call it an energy within the universe, some call it God. However you view it, the view that you are using is from a separated point of view. I am going to tap into the expressive energy of love. So therefore, it is perceived as outside of yourself. And here is where we combine teachings already given to create a deeper understanding of the nature of love. And the first we want to say and point out in this structure is that everything you have now is exactly what you have when you liberate. We have given teachings on judgment from previous lessons. One lesson was on judgment as you currently use it and see it, and another was its higher purpose, the purpose of judgment. Each of those lessons is required to understand what it is we are about to explain. And we say this so that you may go back and brush up your skills of perception. If you do not understand this lesson, go to the previous ones and take in the information. Take the time to work on your perceptions. Take the time to understand your foundation of being. So this lesson may dawn, understand, and bear fruit for you and your mind. What we wish to bring to your understanding is that no matter what you perceive, you are in your mind. When you look at the concept of love, it is a rearranging of perceptions. So what are we saying? We are saying you are love. You don't require the energy of love. You don't need to take in and channel the energy of love. In order to bring love to to a place of being, the key, the foundation, the point you keep missing is that it is a rearranging of the perceptions you currently hold. The only thing blocking yourself from yourself is yourself. And let us explain. When you perceive, and when you are looking at another, and you judge, say, for example, you look at someone and you perceive a hurt. You perceive a violation of boundary. They take an action that you don't like. The reason why spirit, angels, aliens, whatever you want to call the energy, does not matter, continues to come back with the lesson that nothing occurs without your agreement. And this is where you get challenged, because this is where you bring in your world and the events that occur, and you call your brothers and sisters to stand next to you in false testimony to say why what we say does not work, and you justify your separation. You can if you choose. There is nothing wrong with this. This is a choice. And we bring it to you and leave it at your footsteps. If you choose to deny the truth in which we speak and not even explore the possibilities, then that is a choice. And by right of consciousness, you get the result of that choice. So in this, it is entirely up to you whether to hear us or not. The time of treating you as children of God and not as adults of God is over. If you choose not to believe, if you choose to believe your separation more than the truth we share, and not even try to explore its possibilities, then we honor your choice. This is not the lesson for you. This is not your way by choice, by right of consciousness. If you choose to explore the possibilities of what we are about to share, then there are courses laid out for you previously on our works that you can explore to build to this understanding. And in this, as always, we say, do not listen to our words. Listen to the voice within. If it hits your tuning fork and it vibrates so that you know that there is something true there, the key is allowing the perceptions to open up to be able to perceive it truly and bear fruit. And we hate to be the bearer of bad news. But this requires work on your part. This requires responsibility. In the meetings and the way they are structured for you now, you don't have to take responsibility. Not in truth. You go to a meeting and you sit before someone's presence like ourselves, and you take in the information, and it treats you with kid's gloves. It treats you as if you do not have to take responsibility because they do not believe you will. Is that insulting? Well, let's look at the history. How many times have the information come forth and you hear it and do nothing? You do not take the action required to harmonize with the intent of the energy given. You go to the meeting, you feel uplifted, this was a great time, and you leave the meeting, and the energy quickly fades. So you come back and feel good again. But as for the perceptions within your life, the intention, the gift that you were given, not the words, the intention behind the words, you do not hold that light, you do not hold that frequency and use it to shine it upon your perceptions that you currently hold, to see the truth, to observe what you currently hold, to see the value or the lack therein of what you currently hold, and compare it to the intention of the light you were given, to bring it into focus, to be able to make a decision, to make a choice, to change, exchange that which you have for that which was given. And in that, you are not following the words of the teacher, of the event, of the book, of ones like us. You are following the light from within that tells you the truth, that shows you what you know. But in order to make a change, you must have the faith, the dedication, the discipline to follow that voice. Not our voice, not the book's voice, not the teacher's voice, your own. And this has been the message that has been repeated over and over and over and over. And this is what everyone in the field waits with ear cocked to hear. Message received. And so the teachings go on, and in mass, there is no consciousness raising. There is no lotus blossoms unfurling. Certainly, moments of change, a little bit of improvements, but to face your own fear and shed the light you've been given, and to trust that which is within you, your knowing, we look at your world and say, no, you have not chosen. You have not picked up the tools. You have not delved in and tried. What you have done is what is convenient. You are within a belief that you are not capable of this. We speak to you like you are. And many of you will hear this tone, hear this message, and say, how offensive. And we say, it is not offensive to look you in the eye and say, you are capable of this. You are more than capable of this. You are God's children. You are God becoming. And we will not see you as anything less. So to look at God's becoming and see it as limited, wounded, incapable, damaged, would be us agreeing with your illusions, and we do not. So you must choose. What do you believe? Do you believe God's light to be damaged? So be it. It is your right, by right of consciousness. Will you finally be willing to break the illusion? How well has it served you? Do you enjoy the experience of it? Do you enjoy the pain of it? Do you enjoy the suffering of it? The new energy is upon you. Change must occur to keep up with the new vibration. And we say again, not a vibration that we created, not a vibration that God created, in order for you to change. No one and nothing is making this your task but you, by right of consciousness, by choice. All the times you wished for something more, all the times you looked at the world and said, this is not enough. Why can't it be different? It can. It is. But now comes the point in time, the change and the exchange, to give up your toys that you're currently playing with, or not. Your choice. But you requested this change. This is not done by the aliens, by those of higher dimensions. This is no one saying you have to earn it. That is a test. There is no test, there is choice. What you have summoned, what you have wished for, is here. And now is a time of action. Now is a time of putting everything aside that you think you know and following that voice from within. And you choose, by right of consciousness, you choose. And so, let us look at the model of love. When you perceive, and the way in which you currently perceive, someone takes an action, and you do not like it, and you state, they have violated my boundaries, and so therefore, I must take my power back. How did you lose your power? Which power? What is it that you speak of? This is an older modality based on separation. And that is not the state of love. And we say again, the state of love is a state of being. And understanding the way in which you view perceptions currently, you view them as through separation. I, you, not a we. And so I have been victimized. I have been hurt. I had my boundaries violated by you. And within these terms, your healing modalities currently work. And we stand and sit before you and tell you all of them are false. All of them are based on illusion. And while as a structure of learning of becoming, they served you for a time, they will not serve you any longer. And you can choose to stay with them and continue getting the fruits of their labor. Or you can understand, we have come to teach a new way, and be open to the new model. Be open to the new understanding. And so, let us look at perception and how it leads to a state of being with love. This means that it is already present. When we speak of love, we speak of it as a state of being, despite the actions our son may take. We never judged him, never belittled him, and never told him he did something wrong. What we have expressed is that he does not see the truth of himself. And if you go back through our lessons, these words are there. And so, when you perceive another and their actions, and someone takes an action that you say violated your boundaries, the only way that you can violate your boundaries is if you agree to participate with them. The only reason why you feel hurt, anger, guilt, shame, is that whatever it is that they did or supposedly did, you perceived. Not only did you perceive it, but you perceived it as a truth. And so therefore, you took it on. Understanding perception, there is only your mind. What is coming through our sun right now is our mind to the best of his frequency and ability to channel it. And so, in this situation, it is mind. What our mind is unique to us. We do not see offense. We do not see boundaries broken because there is just our mind. Within your experience, there is only your mind. And we go back to a teaching given previously. You are not here to heal this world. You are here to heal your perceptions of it. Understand the power within that statement. No matter what you perceive, it is in your mind. That means that whatever it is you're perceiving, your brother and sister cannot perceive it. Only you. You create your own heaven or hell. And yet, based on your perceptions, your brother and sister reacts to the energy that they receive. What is being demonstrated? And we have talked on demonstration previously, that what you demonstrate is what you believe reality to be. And it has energy. It does expand through the universe and projects outward. And your brother and sister in connection to you receives this energy. What they receive is none of your business. How they interpret that energy is through their own unique angle of God. The unique angle they are. And so when they perceive it, they are only perceiving their mind. And yet each is within the experience of God. This is what we mean, that you are God, God's will, free will choosing. It is God choosing. Because within that space, you have the freedom to choose anything. The purpose of the vehicle is to experience it physically. That is the purpose of the physical life you see before you. You took the body for God's will to choose becoming. To experience physically that which you choose to be. And there is no limitation. There is no earning your way to a new dimension. There are no beings over you, despite what they say, monitoring your progress for the right to be in a new dimension. If they tell you this, they are in arrogance of what their place and what their purpose is. No one judges God. You judge yourself. Within your mind, you are alone. You are God becoming. What you perceive of your brothers and sisters is how you perceive yourself. We have said from the beginning that you only can perceive God on the same level that you perceive yourself. The two are connected. We wrote on this in our book, Finding the Inner Self, and explained those concepts. And so no one can judge you except you. Whatever your brothers or sisters are experiencing in their mind is by right of consciousness how they view themselves, and therefore, what is God? You are God's will choosing. And so, what does this mean? When you choose to see your brothers and sisters in a way that does not promote the free flow and the free will of love and becoming, you limit yourself. You are stating to the universe what you perceive yourself and God to be. So therefore, by right of God's will, the universe responds for the experience. And you project that energy outward. Your brother and sister has the right, based on your act of demonstration, to believe the energy before them. And by right of free will and consciousness, they have the right, they have the right to limit what they see themselves and God simultaneously to be, and the universe responds. Did you hurt your brother and sister? No, you don't have that capability. Let us repeat that. Did you hurt your brother and sister? No, you don't have that capability. What you do have the capability of is demonstrating an energy and frequency, a statement of I am. And as we have always said and taught, it's the comma after I am that gets you into trouble. And based on their free will, they have the right to react to that energy that they perceive. And so, we will take an example that our son's sponsor used to tell him. If we call you a chair and you react horribly to that information, to that energy, to that experience, why would you do so unless you believed you were a chair? If you knew you were not a chair, you would laugh at such a concept. The only way to perceive yourself as hurt is if you engage the energy being demonstrated. So what does this mean? It means the entirety of the universe is in your control, within your perceptions, and how you choose to be. Everything you have now is exactly what you have when you liberate. The only difference is how you perceive it. Another teaching we have taught. We are the same. We call you brother and sister and state continually, the only difference between us is how we perceive ourselves. This implies you can perceive yourself the same as we do. There is no limitation. Another thing we have said You can liberate right now, in this very instant, if you choose to. And your perceptions could be greater than ours from the standpoint of seeing yourself truly. And we would learn from you. There is no limitation. None. There is only the understanding of what it is you've been perceiving. When you perceive yourself hurt, it is because you choose to. You choose to limit what it is and experience that perception. You don't have to. There is no reason to. And so understanding the ideology of love, you look at it that you are required morally, been told, been taught that the way to understand love is to love your brothers and sisters. And this is a misinterpretation of what has been taught. Period. Because when you focus on another as separate from yourself, I must love my brother and sister. You are not dealing with the perceptions that you see of your brother and sister of why they are not worthy of love. You are attempting to erase them. You are attempting to overcome them. And the focus is outside of yourself, your brother and sister. And when we say outside of yourself, we say outside of your mind. Because you believe there is another space besides your mind. And there is not. There is only your mind. And within that mind is what you perceive. You are your own universe. Let us repeat that. You are your own universe. And so, when you experience this energy, you see things outside of yourself. You see your brother and sister. And you say the goal is, if I can love them, then I am love, because I am successfully bringing it through. And that is not the way that it works. The way that it actually works is loving yourself, healing the separated perceptions within yourself. And as you do, you begin to enlighten. You begin to become conscious. You begin to hold the energy that is already present. You begin to perceive your mind truly. So why would you not see your brother and sister as less? Because you are not seeing them less. You are seeing it within your mind. And there is no less within your mind. You are creating the lack. And when you do, you limit yourself. Period. You limit yourself. You are not hurting your brother and sister. And truth, you are not hurting you. It could be interpreted that you are hurting you. But again, that is the illusion, because in order to hurt yourself, therefore, that is more real than the wholeness of what you are. But let us work within the frame that you understand now. When you look at your brother and sister as less, you are not hurting them. you are hurting you, because in order to see them as less, you are being it. You experience your creations always, and you are always being something. What would you choose is the question. What have you been choosing? And why have you been choosing it? We have said previously that this course is the way to end fear. And there are those who teach in a way that does not include these concepts. And that is necessary, because not everyone is ready for these concepts. That does not make us right and them wrong. It means you're being taught based on level of perception. And so when we say to our brothers and sisters listening to this message, if you have not had someone stand before you and say clearly that this is the path to end fear, then what have you been learning? We speak to those that understand the truth within, that what they have been being taught is not enough. It doesn't lead or give the information that they require, that they have grown bored with the experience, that they have in a sense graduated out of that group and style of teaching, and it is not enough anymore. I demand more. I demand a new way of being. This is not meant to those who are comfortable within that experience being taught by our brothers and sisters. But we still point out that if you are bored with a level of comfort and have not demanded more, then they cannot teach it. They cannot teach it by right of consciousness. And so we go back to our original lesson. What have you been being taught, our brothers and sisters? If you have not been being taught a way past fear, then how do you expect to walk into an age of being? How do you expect to bring fear into being and expect the two to stand as one? They will not stand as one. It is a new energy. And so a exchange is required. And if you are not being taught a way past fear, is it worth you as a brother and sister to continue going around the same modality to get the same results and continue to feel dissatisfied, like something is missing? Listen to your inner voice, not ours, because that's where the truth is coming from. That dissatisfaction. The voice to demand more. To state, we wish different lessons. And you'll be surprised how fast the change moves. How quickly the lessons switch over. It is not that they're not capable of giving them. The lessons are given based on the capability of the channel, the one who's being inspired, and the ones wishing to receive it. Free will is taken into account. And it is time, brothers and sisters, based on what you hunger from within to end separation. And this is why we are here. And this is our purpose with you, to teach a new way. And so, when you view your brothers and sisters as something less and perceive them as something less than the whole, you are not hurting them. You are not limiting them. The only way for them to be limited is to pick up the energy and perceive it for themselves, which is a choice. It's how they choose their free will. And so in this we speak of energy exchange. How you communicate with each other. And that is the level we wish to keep it on. And when you view them as less, you limit yourself, because you cannot limit your brother and sister without being what you perceive. You are not hurting them. You are hurting your own mind by limiting it. And now we go, it is what you are demonstrating to them. And your brothers and sisters get the right to believe that demonstration and perceive it as they will. Both of you, in that moment, are creating your own experience within your own minds. We have said previously that what is in it for us, because when we come to share the truth of our minds with your minds, and we watch it be taken in, we witness God unfurl. We witness God becoming, and we witness the beauty of that unique angle becoming. And we learn in worship of watching God unfurl. Do we get to experience the illumination of that moment? No. You do. We witness the demonstration of the truth, and from that energy see another angle of God becoming, which completes more of the whole picture. And understand the loneliness that you experience. There is only your mind. There is no place else to go. But what breaks the loneliness is the act of demonstration. And what your brothers and sisters receive from it, including us. It is the act of sharing, by the act of demonstration, the beauty from within, that we are not alone. Currently, you are choosing to demonstrate what you are not with each other. And so therefore, the side effects is that you feel less than, you feel cut off, you feel anger, you feel guilt, you feel shame, you feel alone. You do not understand the tool and purpose of who and what you are. Love is not an energy source that floats through everything. It emanates from within you and is expressed through your perceptions of choice of being. And you have the free will to choose to be what you will. And this information is nothing new. You have heard this before. What we come to bring to your attention is the act of demonstration, is the act of being. What do you choose to be? Do you perceive and choose to perceive that which is around you as less? Then that is what you are demonstrating, and that is what you are being. Do you choose to agree with someone else's demonstration of you being less? Then you choose to be that, not because they perceived it, but because you took the energy in and perceived it yourself. You are still in your mind. You can never leave it. There is nothing but your mind. There is no way to escape it. And we say another teaching that we have taught. No matter where you are present. There is just you and your perceptions and what you are choosing to be. And by that choice, that is your act of demonstration. And by your act of demonstration is your experience within the universe. You are the universe becoming. There is only your mind. Even if something happened right now and you lost the vehicle before you, the rules do not change. You are still your mind and being without the physical experience. The body is not real. The body's purpose is to bring physical experience. But take away the body, there is still the mind. Include the body, there is mind channeled through the body for the purpose of physical experience. You are not the physical looking to become the divine. Wrong end of the telescope. You are the divine looking through the body for physical experience, to try on different energies, to express them, and not in the way that you have been doing it. It is not the purpose of taking on the body for you to learn to eventually grow to a sense of understanding. You said that. You gave it that purpose. Others have taught that purpose. And it justifies limitations. We do not justify limitations. We give the body a new declaration. Its actual purpose, to be physical and express joy. To be physical and express bliss. The joyful interaction of seeing oneself as whole and demonstrating that and experiencing the bliss that comes from that. And your brother and sister receiving that demonstration and amplifying it back in their mind. And that light emanating outward, affecting the physicality, allowing that joy and bliss to grow stronger in physicality. What could you create in your societies based on this concept? How would that rearrange your business structures? How would that rearrange your medical structures? How would that rearrange your markets, your jobs, your relationships? How would that energy be expressed through them? The reason why your society is going through what it's going through is not the structures. You are at the point, once again, of saying the structures need to be destroyed to be rebuilt. And we stop you for a moment and say, why? That hasn't done anything for you before, so why do it again? Why do it now? Do you know how long it took to build these structures? Do you understand their purpose of what they were built for? Your issue is not the structures. Your issue is the intent that you channel through them. Your issue is your perceptions of what you think they're capable of and what they're for. Look at it again. Reimagine the possibilities. And begin by understanding the true purpose of your mind and the true purpose of the vehicle before you and why you took it. Get rid of the teachings and those who would teach that you're here to slowly struggle, painfully, ripping out your nails as you climb up an imaginary mountainside to get to the point of illumination. The purpose of all of this was given way back to you within lessons. When Woman of the Forest said, heaven on earth as if in heaven. Feel that energy. Heaven on earth as if in heaven. That there is no difference. The earth is a playground for spirit, not a placement of those trying to be spirit and earn their way. Get rid of the idea of sin. There is no sin. Sin in its original meaning was to limit, to fence in. And brothers and sisters, by choice of not understanding the purpose of your mind, the beauty of what you are, you have fenced yourself in. Kick down the fences. Let go of the fear and believe in the possibility of what you can do when your mind truly understood. The inspiration you receive from these words is by our act of demonstration, but the light and emanation you seek is coming from within. That is where you place your attention. That is your place of worship. That is where you worship God. And the two become one. And within that joining, you understand the beauty that was created and your true purpose. Get rid of these illusionist and poisonous ideas. It is time. You can choose to rebuild your world based on a truer intention. There is nothing wrong with your structures. The limitation is the intent you channel through them. And look at what it has done. Look at the reflection of your world. The universe responds to rearrange all of it into something horrible, something fearful, something dreadful, something that you could take advantage of, to take advantage of each other and explore the horrors of one power raping another, because that is what you choose to demonstrate. Choose again, brothers and sisters. It does not speak of the truth of you. You do not understand the beauty that you are. Choose again, and our peace to you.